bottle. So if you can actually make it a very attractive, like simple but attractive, you can actually get your target audience to actually just pick up the bottle from the shelf, and then by that first try, you're actually able to spread the word of mouth lah. Then for you're saying logistics, is it?
Yeah, the distribution channels.
The distribution channels.
They're gonna be same as like supermarkets, like Pure Fresh and the other distributors.
Yes, it's going to be the same as them, but the fruits will be sourced like from the freshest origins, and then they will be like brought in, and then they will be like squished in the island, and then it will spread out to.
Okay, yeah, I was just trying to find out what's your distribution channel, because I wanted to ask you this regarding your most direct competitors. Who do you think are your biggest competitors, and how do you have an edge over them? So like one of the examples I raised was Pure Fresh. So imagine if your product is placed beside Pure Fresh in a supermarket now.
Yes.
How do you think that there's an advantage of yours over theirs, given that your brand is not as established? One.
Yes.
Second assumption that people are more health conscious, that they want fresh fruit juice, which is a point that you have to directly put across to them. So that could be your packaging, that could be your marketing. How do you intend to set yourself apart from your competitor?
So I think the product that I have, right, was set aside from the others, right, is that for Pure Fresh, say for example Pure Fresh, they are actually concentrate, and then they are actually normally made of one entire fruit, or actually a few fruits, but their 150 ml of glass does not actually constitute to one portion a day. However, if you actually can make it to say because the idea I have in that fruit juice, right, is made up of 4 different types of fruits, and then 4 different types of fruit freshly squeezed together, and then they're actually made into put into a bottle, and then that is confirmed by the US State Department that they actually constitute to a portion of the daily intake lah. So I think that's what sets this product aside from the others. And then it is also, like what I said, not made from concentrate lah. So I hope that this point will actually sell to the buyers that it is actually fresh and it is worth buying.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of your distribution channels is through supermarkets. I think your primary competitor would be, I think it's Florida's Natural, the orange juice, because they are also not from concentrate and it's actually fresh orange juice as per what they claim. So why would people buy your drinks over theirs? Could be because it's for fruit juices, but even then, is it actually feasible in terms of cost? And how will you price your product?
Okay, because it is actually made of 4 fruit juice, and then the pricing, right, of it naturally will actually go up because it's actually fresher, and then the technology that they use is slightly different. Is slightly different from milk. Milk uses high temperature what do you call it? Yeah, more pressurizing lah. And then for the fruit juice, right, they actually use a slightly lower temperature. That one I'm not very sure about the technical aspect, but that idea, right, actually is a technology that is actually increased in price lah. So the pricing and stuff, I haven't actually given much thought about it, but how to actually set aside from that brand I heard also, Florida, is it? Florida, yeah, they have 100% pure orange juice as they claim as well. So rather than giving orange juice itself, I will look at different juices that actually makes up a good bottle lah. So it's a composition that sells itself lah.
Okay, so I think it's a good idea to address the daily intake. So my question is, if I was a venture capitalist to fund you, and I fund you like $100,000, how would you use the money to start your business? Because you earlier mentioned that you'll be juicing it in Singapore, right? So like with factories and all that, how would you start it off? And my other question is, your consumers that you're targeting, are they general people that are just shopping for juice, or do you have a certain age group in mind that you want to target so that you can brand your and package your juice?
Okay, so if given $100,000, I would actually look at investing in the equipment first. So getting the equipment, and then finding the shop space, and then actually starting production of the bottling and stuff, so that it can actually go out to the market lah. And then my target audience is actually kids and teenagers that are actually innocent and pure. So I'm actually targeting their needs so that they actually start this good habit at a younger age.
Yeah, just one suggestion. For your target audience, I think that's a very good question. So that might be something that you want to reconsider and look into, because kids and youths generally go for the best tasting drinks.
Yes.
And the cheapest, or it will be bought by their parents. So that could be an issue that you're looking at. From what I see, your unique selling point of your juice is its healthiness. So you might want to target health-conscious people, which are likely to be able to pay more as well. So in the positioning of your product, you might also want to consider, instead of putting it into shelves in supermarkets, which will kind of make your brand look a bit more one of the kind of all the concentrate juices, you might want to target salad stop, those kind of salad bars that target the health-conscious market. So this is just an idea that I might want to put across to you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Wei Liang. Now we are going to invite the second team on. They are called Dreammaker. Dreammaker. All right, thank you guys a lot. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys very much. You can actually take the mics off of the stands. And why don't you guys introduce yourselves again after that wonderful dance routine? Just take it.
Hi, my name. Okay. Hi, my name is Mala. I'm from Singapore Polytechnic Entrepreneurship Club, and this is our teammates. This is Hong Chun, Wilson, and this is Shanice. And we're gonna start our speech now.
All right, thank you guys very much. You have, I'll have to start the time. So you guys have 5 minutes and begin.
Hi, Shanice. I'm so passionate for volunteering, but these days it's so difficult to find volunteering organizations to volunteer.
It's true, Mala. If only there could be something that could make our life easier.
Hi, I'm Captain Dreamer.
I'm Captain Maker.
And together we are Dream Makers. So this is the leading product used nowadays, where they are compassionate in volunteering, but they themselves do not have the platform to volunteer.
Exactly.
So we are a non-profit organization which aims to inspire the community to inspire a more compassionate society through the use of technology and improving people's way of life by giving back to the community. So there are 4 categories of why youth nowadays, like me and you, don't volunteer. They are categorized into time poverty, responsiveness, technology, and changing expectations. As for time poverty is basically the lack of time. You and I all have commitments through our family, friends, school, and etc. And we don't really have that much time to volunteer ourselves to give back to the community. As for responsiveness, as me myself, as youth, we all want faster feedback, faster response, clearer information, and on what to do. As I volunteered for a marathon where I was a helper, they had poor feedback, poor responsiveness, poor communication. This really discourages volunteers like me to volunteer again, as we believe that it's not really what we expected, it's not to our expectations. As for technology, nowadays, if you want to volunteer, what do you need to do? You need to go to the web, Google, search the voluntary organization, sign up, then you can volunteer. Is it very troublesome for all of you? Who in the right mind will go to the Google to search?
Yeah.
As for changing expectations, like nowadays, the planning community for the community service is really from the older generation, and they themselves do not truly understand how youth as us feels. They do not understand what we need, what we want. For example, we want faster response. They usually go that through email, which is slower. So we as well as youth want faster and more efficient feedback, and we also like to choose our own community service. For example, in secondary school, I believe all of you went to old folks' homes, but you don't really enjoy it because it's not your cup of tea. We as youth want to choose what volunteering you want to go in. For example, if I like to play with kids or interact with kids, I'll go for orphanages instead of old folks' home. But we have no choice when the school dump us the community service project. Yeah.
So our group idea is that we created an app, it's called Good Samaritans. This app, right, will change all the negativity into one positivity. One such features of the app is that there's a proposal section where youth will submit their proposal to a forum where organizing committees will see and view and whether to carry out the proposal. And next is that we have a built-in portfolio. Nowadays, portfolio is very important. It's very useful in interviews, educational, and a lot of other stuff. We actually require a portfolio. So in this portfolio system, right, we're actually able to record down what CIP they've been to, achievement they have made, and they are able to print it out and submit together with their certs and stuff as a portfolio for themselves. Next is that we have a, it's like social networking function. It's like you can connect to Facebook so that you can recommend to your friend that this app is great and y'all can volunteer together. As teens nowadays, when you volunteer together, you learn more rather than you just volunteer yourself. Next is that we have a search function. This search function is very common, but this search function is unique is that they can branch out your dedication. Means that, for example, I only want to volunteer for a day, and most voluntary organizations will want us to volunteer for at least 3 months. But this search function will narrow down to what they want. So basically, it's just like that.
So, with this, we end our presentation and we thank you for your responsiveness and attentiveness. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Alright, another huge round of applause to Dream Maker. Thank you, Captain Dream. Thank you, Captain Maker, and your lovely sidekicks. Okay, can you guys stay on stage for a bit? Now we would like to have the judges' comments.
There's just one fundamental question from me is that how would an investor invest in a not-for-profit organization?
This profit, right, depends on what's your point of profit. Profit, there's 3 different types: monetary, public relation, and community service. What we are aiming for profit is a community service. But for instance, it's a short term you don't get profit, yes, true. But in the long term you actually do. Because, for example, I give you a product. One product sold by a random company, another product sold by a company who has been volunteering for community chairs, all those for 2 months. Most probably you buy the product which the company has volunteered is because they seem more trustworthy. So this is where the profits come in the long term. And in the app, we actually provide app banners, and we actually sell products from the charitable organizations. And that's where the little bit of profit will come in to sustain the app and keep it going on.
Alright, thank you. Any more comments from the judges? Quick one.
Yeah, okay. Actually, one of the workshops that we held by Reactor, one of the students, a secondary 4 student, came up with a similar idea. It's called Donut App. It's actually on Google Play Store already, so you can check that out. Some of the issues that he met during his process of doing this app is he has pretty much all of the functions that you talked about except the portfolio, which I'm not very sure how you can print that out using your app. And the other issue is attrition rate to the volunteer organizations. So volunteer organizations put these CIPs on his app, and then people sign up for it. Because it's fast and easy, a lot of people sign up for it. They see their friends signing up for it, they join them. But eventually, if 100 people sign up, only half of them turn up, because it's so easy to just register like any other events that we do. Eventbrite on JWEF, you'll see a lot more people signing up than people turning up, which is a problem for volunteer organizations because they do have a fixed number of people that they need. So how do you answer this problem?
So I'll first address the portfolio problem. So for the portfolio, basically what it really means is like, example, we have a proposal scheme where you can propose like community service. So this will all be recorded down into the app on under your page. So basically, whatever you do, like you volunteer, you get recommendation, or you get commended by the voluntary organization, it will be recorded down in the app. Or like you plan a community service, like a very well-run community service, it will also be recorded in your app. You can print out this information and use it for a job interview. You can use it you can print it and use it in the job interview, like for future use, for further studies and further education. And this is how you're going to use the portfolio. As for the community service where too much people sign up, I think we can really tackle this problem as can impose like a certain band system, where we create a system where volunteers can sign up, but if they sign up and never turn up, they might get a first warning. So after like first and second warning, you'll get like a temporary ban system where you're not allowed to sign up. So this will not allow the volunteer to hastily sign up and not really think through it. Got a planner in our app where you schedule when you book an appointment or you plan to volunteer on that day, it will record down in your timetable. So it will really reminds you and have constant reminder on the voluntary date. As why people now volunteer so easily, maybe we can have a come away function. Like example is something like happened on that day, like you really can't make it. You can like have a function where you can like come out from the voluntary event instead of just join and you just stay there forever, but you can have a sign out function. So if you really cannot make it, like have example 3 days before the event, you can sign up. At least this gives time for the community in the preparation to make adjustments. Maybe it may be more stressful for the other volunteers by you signing up. Like opens another slot for another people to sign up in these 3 days time.
I want to clarify, who is your target market?
Well, our target market is the youth like us and the community, but mainly on youth. Because nowadays we found out that 3 to 5% in each class in secondary school wants to volunteer avidly, but they do not have the platform. So if you do a basic calculation, one school has 6-7 classes, so 5 times 7 is 35, and times the amount of school in Singapore, we will have enough people to sustain this app, the avid volunteers. We haven't even included Red Cross or the voluntary organization, which will then also use this app. So we have really quite a large pool, and it's not only for the youth, it also can be used for working adults, such as they want to volunteer back, but so they can use this app to have like 1 day voluntary just to give back a little bit to the society.
Yeah. Another quick question is, you mentioned how you were going to sustain this business. What was it? Selling something, was it?
Okay, so to sustain this business, we have really a merchandise or fundraising event where you can donate to the organization. And basically the merchandise, how it works is we ourselves will create a merchandise, specifically through our custom creation. So like you can create hats, shirts, pants, cups, all that, etc.
So you yourselves create it?
Yeah, we can create it. We have the skill sets to do so. As our team is widely diverse, we have engineers, business, biotech students, so we have a wide range. And through this, we sell the merchandise, but we don't take the whole profit. So certain profit from what we earn will give to help fundraise the other organization in need of more funds. So like that is a win-win situation where we are able to sustain our web app, and while the organization will benefit from using our app as it will help them raise funds.
All right, thank you challengers. Another quick wrap up from the judges. Do you need any more comments? Do you have any more comments?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, our second challengers, the Dream Makers. Another huge round of applause to them. All right, thank you, judges, as well. Now, moving on to our third challenger, Ong Chun Yong. Can we invite him on stage, please? Mr. Ong Chun Yong. Okay, here he comes. A huge round of applause for Mr. Ong Chun Yong. Please step up. Can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Yeah, I'm Ong Chun Yong from Ngee Polytechnic.
Also, he has his lovely sidekick.
Yeah, so in fact, he's from my class, so he'll be helping me with the boards, so it's easier for me to explain.
Okay, great.
Ask a very quick question.
I'm sorry, you have actually 5 minutes on the clock. You can include that in your 5 minutes. 5 minutes? I'm sorry? Oh, okay, for aesthetic purposes, let's move away the mic stand. You have 5 minutes, let's go.
So let me just ask a quick question. How many of you have bought a sandwich from a sandwich vending machine before? Just be honest. Okay, a few. What about from how many of you have bought a sandwich outside before? Like those cold sandwiches? Yeah, so the problem I've identified with healthy sandwiches, it's that firstly they are not fresh and it's cold and it's expensive. So this is a problem I want to solve today, and with that I introduce you Sandwich Express, which is the food truck concept. So the unique selling point about this food truck selling sandwiches, right? It will go around Singapore selling sandwiches. So the USP is these 3 points: speed, healthy, and value. So maybe some background about myself. I lost about 30 kg since 2 years ago, and I'm currently a student and a certified personal trainer. So firstly, for speed, if your sandwich does not come within 5 minutes, the next sandwich will be free. So that's very, very straightforward. For healthy, I've come with this concept. I've identified 3 factors in the health of any given sandwich: complex carbohydrate, lean protein, and good fats. So in any sandwiches served at my food truck, there will be at least 2 of these elements present. And lastly, value. I believe many of you would have eaten bread talk and many other bread, but the problem is, a bread is 180, but how many of you, at least not for me, I cannot be filled out with one bread. The dough is often puffed up. So the bread is not filling. So at Sandwich Express, all the sandwich sold will be filling, and one sandwich, small, medium or large, one sandwich will be all it takes for a healthy and quick lunch. So how will the whole concept work? So please pardon my drawing. So this is how the lorry is going to look like. 2 sides, order, people will queue here, 2 queues, and they will order through iPad. So that eliminates the need for people to be at the ordering station. And I will have 2 employees just in charge of preparing a sandwich, and there will be 2 queues again to collect a sandwich, and the prep is over here. So the whole process is contained within a food truck that can be transported. It's mobile. We can move across Singapore to the prime locations where I want to hit my target audience. So who is my target audience? Working adults, people who are busy, people who need a quick solution, people who are health conscious, and the specific age range is 21 to 39. So why is this my target audience? Because I believe, as most of you would know, Singaporeans are getting more and more health conscious, especially with working adults. So for me, I'm 19 currently, so as people move into their working life, they realize the importance of being health conscious, because the effects of not eating healthily is catching up over the years. So this is my main target audience. Yep. So I think with that, I conclude my presentation, and I believe there's some questions. You can, yeah.
Hi, Chun Yong.
Hi.
Yep. Yeah, I just met you a few weeks back. So, okay, I think it's a very good idea. I'm not asking any questions. It's just a comment. For one, food truck business is very successful overseas. I was in the States for a while, so it works. There's no doubt to it. The only obstacle you have here in Singapore will be the government. Food trucking business is a very difficult, firstly, to get a license because of the food safety, and also other licenses that you need in operating something out of a truck. So you need 2 licenses for that. That's something for you to work on, and if you can convince the government officials, I would love to see food trucks running around. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Any comments, Joseph?
Okay, so I agree, it's a really good idea, it's really popular, and I guess from the concept, my feedback is it's also a good possibility to expand the business further as well, because of your target market. Okay, so I have 2 questions. One is, how would you decide where you're going and advertise it, and how would you market your food truck?
I think the locations for the food truck will be mainly where the working adults is concentrated, which is, I think, perhaps places like Raffles Place at 1 p.m. so that there's very prominent, the working adults are there. So I think the food truck itself, it is a tool for advertising, because the whole truck there'll be branding on the outside. But I think that aside, the main mode of marketing would really be through social media, because as a startup, there's limited capital. So through social media, there are a few ways, and I think one major platform will be Facebook. So we'll be creating a Facebook page, and we'll be doing things like giveaways to actually attract the initial crowd. Because once people have once for food business, once people try the food, the sandwiches, and if it meets my USP, it's fast, it's value for money, it's healthy, then I'm very sure people will keep coming back to it, especially when they need a fast solution and they are health conscious.
And pricing wise, how would you price the product?
We have 3 sizes for sandwiches: small, medium, large. $3, $4, and $5. But of course, that depends on the location. For more prime locations, it might just go $1 up, 4, 5, 6. But that is still cheaper than many salads, salad bars, many sandwiches.
And by small, medium, large is like more filling, is it? Like
Yeah, because that is designed to
inside?
fit the team. Because like for me, I'll probably get a large one, and I'll make sure I'll be filled with a large one. But for someone of a smaller size, maybe get a small one, but he or she will be filled up with a small one.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Nothing else from us. Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you for
Alright,
listening.
thank you very much, Jin Yong. I love your idea. It'd be great to see a lot of food trucks going all over Singapore. I'd be eating everywhere. So next up, we would like to ask Sylvester up on stage. Come on up, Sylvester. Round of applause for him, guys. Alright, Sylvester, just a quick introduction about you, where you're from.
Hi, I'm Sylvester and I'm from Nanyang Polytechnic.
Alright, you will have 5 minutes.
I'm studying what
yeah, sure.
I don't, not really my passion, so my passion is entrepreneurship, so I plan to change the society.
Alright, thank you for that. You have 5 minutes and it will start now.
Okay, so basically my purpose here is to firstly probably get fundings or get advice and get a technical co-founder. So basically my platform is like solving a problem. So currently like problems with like Nike, like example, you buy a shoe from Nike, so you don't know if the shoe comes from a legitimate reseller or not. So basically this in this area there's a lot of problems whereby one of my auntie she basically bought a shoe from Kuden. So 2 weeks later when the shoe came to her house, it was actually a fake shoe when she compared to the real one. So basically she had to wear this shoe to her factory. And she's going to stand 12 hours and it's going to be very uncomfortable, so it will really affect her performance. So I believe this really affects a lot of consumers nowadays. So imagine during Chinese New Year you got a relative whereby they complained to you a problem whereby they got cheated on the internet, and the only solutions you can give them is don't shop online. So like it's like very helpless lah. So basically my vision is to make shopping safe and secure anytime, anywhere. So it's creating 3 platforms in Android and Google Play as well as the internet. So my mission will be increasing the credibility of merchants and let consumers shop safely. Yeah, basically the way I'm going to market the product is through advertising. Most advertising techniques will be for a startup will be word of mouth, whereby people will use social media like Facebook as so I will probably add a share function on my platform to let people share their products and let people share on what they bought. So so that it creates a database for our customers to be in, so that they can purchase products. Yeah, basically that's it.
Thank you, Sylvester, for the amazing idea. Judges, any comments? A quick one.
Okay, just to so I'm sure so that I'm on the right page. Is this a app or a website?
It will be for mobile apps because it will be for both lah. Because our vision is to let people shop safely anytime, anywhere. So
Okay.
yeah.
And then on that as well,